All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. D. McClung, Archer Monologues. Doing the show like right off the bat, right out of the stall. You know, right. I'm like, hello. Anyway, here's the deal. I got an opinion. And then the next guy, oh, I have an opinion. And there's like a zillion people in America. You know, and they all have an opinion. And we won't even consider at this point, well, not right at the moment, we won't consider all those other people on the planet and all those other 180 or 200 countries in the world. For example, you know, there are millions of people in France, and they speak French. And if you don't understand French, you don't understand what they're saying. And if you're French and you don't speak English, you may not understand what English people are saying. So there could be a problem there. Like, I have an opinion, some French guy has an opinion, and I don't know what his opinion is because I don't understand what he's saying. He's speaking French. Mais oui, parlez-vous français? And unless you understand French. And there are German people. And I got it. German people. Achtung, I got the opinion. And, yeah. But if you're speaking German, I have no clue. Now we have to have an interpreter. And then we ask the interpreter, in your opinion, what did this guy say? I mean, he spoke something that was like an opinion, right? In German. In a language that he doesn't even call German, he calls it Deutsch. Speakity Deutsch. Speakity Deutsch means you speak German. All right? So he doesn't even call it German, he calls it Deutsch, you know. Dutch. And not Dutch, that's a different country. And there's a cat meowing. What do you want, cat? On the radio show. See, it's like home. You know, I got the cat meowing. He's cool. I don't have any idea what he... See, there's a good one. The cat's just expressed an opinion. And I have no clue what he said. I don't know. He could be telling me that, well, if he was standing by the door, I might surmise that he wants to go out. But he's not. He's standing pretty much in the middle of the room and going over there and looking at the food bowl plate and wanders off into the kitchen. Oh yeah, you thought I was like in their radio studios, you know, with microphones and gadgets and equipment and shit. Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm at the workstation here. So apparently, whatever the cat was saying, and I assume he was talking to me since I'm the only human here, and why would I assume he was talking to me? He could have been talking to himself, or he could have been talking to the other cat that's also in the room, and she's laying here on the end table, and she's sleeping, as cats are prone to do about 23 hours a day. At any rate, I have no idea what the cat said. Or he could have just been, talking to himself. At any rate, we could say he was expressing an opinion, and I don't know what it was. If I had a cat interpreter, or a cat speak interpreter, maybe some human who could actually speak and understand cat talk, maybe the cat translator could, tell me what the cat was saying about talking. Well, I don't have one of those, and I think that would be kind of weird anyway. Interspecies translator. I suppose it's possible, but it just seemed a little weird to me. All right. So the French guy got an opinion. German guy's got an opinion. And then let's just come back to America, okay? Well, just leave the Muslims and the Arabs and the Iranians and so on. Leave them on the side burner for now. They're important, probably, in the world. But I just wonder if people actually think, like in America, do Americans actually think that everybody's opinion is equal? Does that include the opinion of some French guy living in France? Or does that include some guy, like an Arab guy, who's a Muslim, living in, say, Iran, or Afghanistan, or somewhere in that area? Syria, for example, Muslim. Is his opinion equal to everybody else's, including ours, and yours, and mine, and so on? Or the opinion of the President of the United States, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm asking, do you understand what I'm saying? Answer the question to yourself, wherever you are. Just say it out loud. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes or no? Now, in your opinion, you probably think you understand what I'm saying. Because you're an American, let's say, and you're listening to this, and you think, oh, I understand English. You may. Then again, you may not. It may just be your opinion that you understand English. Let's clear this up right now. Your opinion may not equal my opinion. Because my opinion might be more accurate, more logical, more rational, more fact-based than your opinion. What was it Dave Champion said the other night? Biased. Something biased. It's there. It's in the back of my head. Should be in front of my head, on the tip of my tongue, actually. Confirmation biases. Confirmation bias. I think I'm going to play his YouTube video on here, which audio, for you guys, whoever you are, however many ones there are of you. And later on, because he's got some very interesting things to say about Donald Trump and so on, which is, I like Dave Champion. He's kind of a cool guy, and he's got opinions that are actually not confirmation or affirmative biases. Meaning, my biases and my prejudices and my personal preferences influence my opinion. And usually that means, oops, maybe you're wrong, dude. I have to be careful. Well, I have to be careful, but I am careful. Well, I try to be careful, let's put it that way. I try to be careful and not say stuff that could be looked at later on when someone hears it and looked at as affirmative bias. what I try to do is present an opinion based on my personal biases and my personal preferences, and largely upon my emotional state of mind, my condition, physical and mental condition at any given time. In other words, my opinion is based upon my condition of existence, my biases, my personal preferences, and are probably distinctive to me. It helps if you know what the word opinion means. Now, there are probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 different definitions of the word opinion, which means there are 3 or 4 or an equal number of applications of the word in, say, conversation or in talk, English, people talk. They say that a court or a judge can render an opinion, which in his case would be biased based on his understanding, interpretation of the law, and a ruling, which he renders in the form of an opinion. The problem I have with using the word opinion in a case of a court ruling is if his court ruling is based on his opinion, or is it the other way around? Is his opinion based on a court ruling? Or, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's let it go. Let's just say, yes, sometimes people say, oh, the court, rendered an opinion. That bothers me because I kind of know what the word opinion means, and using the word opinion in that context just doesn't seem right, since an opinion is perhaps biased and perhaps takes the form of a confirmation bias or an affirmative bias. If the judge renders an opinion on a case whereby the case is based on, let's say, some guy being charged with a crime that, in my opinion, let's say, is not really a crime. Now, you see what I'm saying? If the judge is going to interpret the law incorrectly, and oh, by the way, these people that talk about interpreting the law, it's like the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has to interpret the law. I don't think so. This is some sort of general misconception accepted. There's the damn phone now. All right, hold on. That was just stupid. There's some guy with a very heavy, Indian or Pakistan or some dang Indian somewhere over there with a very heavy accent is telling me, answer phone, and there's no caller ID, obviously. Yeah, well, guess what? Yeah. If somebody's calling me with a blocked number or a private number or unknown number or something of that nature, you know what? I'm guessing it's not really from the person or company that they claim to be coming from, because why would, let's say, HP, the company, the computer company, why would they block their number? If they're calling me legitimately, if it's a legitimate call from HP headquarters, why would they block their phone? Why are they hiding? What is the secret here? We're from HP and we're proud of it. Or is it, I'm from HP. From HP, I'm calling from India, and I'm telling you about your HP computer, and we are getting notifications that you are making many mistakes and have errors, and probably have some viruses, and we need to help you with that. So tell us your name and address and phone number, and your social security number, and your bank account number, and how much money you got, and we'll take it all and give you nothing. And then become invisible and have all kinds of money from you because we stole it. And, use your credit card number, give it that too, because we want to take all of the money from your credit card and spend it and keep it in our bank account in Switzerland. Oh, hey, we are here to help you, and we can help you with that problem of having too much money and having credit cards that don't have any balance, but they will after you tell us the number. So tell us the number from your HP, and we will help you. Relieve you of your money and everything. Give me a fucking break. Like, I'm an idiot, right? No, I'm not. And I'm guessing some idiot somewhere, some person that's not too bright, and I don't mean to be rude or insulting to an idiot. I mean, if you're an idiot, then, it sounds bad because today's world on the internet, for example, everybody's like, oh, you're an idiot, you're an idiot, you're an idiot. And I like to use the word idiot as it was defined originally at some point, like in the mental health field, by psychiatrists and psychologists, and they had this book, like a little manual, and it says, defines what the word idiot means, and it means a person who is totally has an IQ of 0 or something. Follow me? Like an imbecile, like IQ of 8. Retarded, an IQ of less than, say, average, like 100. These words clinically mean something, and taking a clinical word like retarded and then using it as a slur against somebody, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. And so when I actually, there's this guy on the internet, and he's on Facebook or whatever, and he's arguing with me, and he's calling me, you're an idiot and stuff, and it's like, the guy's obviously an idiot because he's saying idiotic things. And I'm like, what can I do? What can I say? I mean, the guy's an idiot because, clinically, he's clinically speaking, he's fucking retarded. What is your IQ? What is your IQ? And you can't ask them because they're always going to claim, a higher number than they are. Once in a while, you actually find a person who is retarded, and I don't say that to be, a slur or a put down. I mean, it's just, he is a retarded person because his IQ is 50. It's a clinical diagnosis of the mental state, the intellectual level, the intellect level of that person. Now you say, are you qualified to diagnose people's mental capacity? Yeah, I am. Well, you have a license to practice psychology? Don't need one. Do you have a degree in psychology? Well, maybe. There might be some misconception going around that I have to show you my college degrees, that I have to present them to you every time I express an opinion, or render a verdict, as it were, or even render an opinion or render my diagnosis of another person that I happen to perhaps be familiar with, or certainly have some sort of relationship with, even if it's just, sending, text messages back and forth between the two of us. Yeah, well, maybe I might have a PhD in psychology, or psychiatry, or brain surgery, or rocket science. You want to see that? Do I have to present that to you as proof? Or could you just maybe listen to what I said and understand English, like an educated, intelligent person, and understand that certain things are credible, while certain things are simply not credible. Like some things are not logical. On a humorous note, I've actually had people say to me, I'm not going to go with logic, I'm going to go with faith. That's kind of a flag, like a red flag, or a blue flag, or whatever. Some kind of flag that says, it's like a slap in my head, like, bonk, whoa, this person is stupid. And I don't need a degree in anything to make that diagnosis, because nobody in their right mind, nobody with, like a couple of brain cells that are like, with some IQ to it, would say that and believe that, because that's just moronic. And I have to ask myself the question here, okay? So here's a moron talking to me in what they think is English, and they are apparently interpreting what I say to whatever babble they think they know. You know what I'm saying? And it's just dangerous to be doing that. Dangerous to be talking to people who don't understand English, but who think they do. Because they're going to interpret what I say in Babble-ish. They're going to think, oh, I know what you just said. You just said, and that makes sense to them, apparently. But that's not what I said. It was like the Charlie Brown cartoon. For whenever the adults talk, it's always, the adults in a Charlie Brown cartoon is like, when the adults are talking. Now, I didn't do it as well as the cartoon actually does it, but you get the idea. And I'm talking with this person. I could be talking to my cat. In fact, I think my cat probably understands my English more readily than a lot of human beings. Not every human being, because some human beings actually have a brain and it functions and it's intelligent and logical. And I really don't understand why people are afraid of logic and why they're afraid to be logical. Doesn't make sense to me. So, that's just kind of weird, isn't it? So, at any rate, here I am talking to this, let's just pick a few words, just this moron, imbecile, idiot, retard, low IQ, not very smart, human life form. Or as I sometimes say, cluck, 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 chicken head. Because obviously, whatever I'm saying sounds to them like cluck, 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 cluck. And whatever they say pretty much sounds like cluck, 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 cluck. So on some level, I guess we're communicating, but it's sort of like I've never seen in my entire... Oh, by the way, if you say seen without a qualifying word in front of it, like have seen, if you say, I seen something today, then if you say that, I'm sorry. Okay? I'm just sorry. I seen. If you're not an English-speaking person, like if you're not like a Native American, I don't mean Native American, I mean like a person who's born, raised, and lived in America, on the English-speaking side of the river, then I could excuse you for not speaking proper English if you were like an immigrant, an illegal immigrant. I don't want to get into that discussion right now, but let's say you're like a Polish guy, and you came over here on a boat or whatever, and you're like, I want to live in America, and in your Polish language, whatever, and people that are, in charge of allowing people to come in the country, like border guard people, and you've never heard English in your life. You've never heard anyone speak it. You've never seen it written down. You have no clue that English even exists. Maybe Polish is not the right country. Maybe Poland is not the right country to have you coming from. Let's just say. All right, I don't want to slur any Polish people, because they're just people like everybody else. They just happen to be Polish, or in some cases there are other people in other countries that are Jewish or Muslim or like actually intelligent people who are like atheists. What did he say? I said probably intelligent people in other countries who are not believers in mythological nonsense. Or, to put it another way, totally stupid bullshit. There are billions of people that believe nonsense, bullshit, mythological, lunatic, idiot stuff. Boggles the mind when you think about it. That's scary! Because what if all of the Catholics, for example, suddenly decided, because the Pope issued some sort of edict that decided that atheists are fair game and can be murdered. What if they just suddenly decided, like the Pope comes out on the balcony and says, my fellow Catholic believer persons, God has decreed for me to tell you that you Catholic people, you wonderful, loving, kind people who believe in God and kindness and love, should go out and find all the atheists in the world and kill them. Any way you want. Cut off their heads, fuck them in the ass to death, pour water down, gasoline down their throat, and blow, helium up their ass, and then set a match to them, or whatever, burn them at the stake, hang them by the neck until they're dead, impale them on a stake, whatever. Okay, and then the Pope said that, and then the people, Catholics, said, well, gotta go do that. How many millions and millions, or billions of people, how many millions of people would be like going around the world like fucking lunatics, like rabid dogs, going, atheist, and and sticking them, a butt up their a stake up their ass and setting them up there on a, like crucifying their ass, kind of, if you know what I mean. And then they would be squiggling and wiggling and squirming and dying in agony and pain. And it boggles the mind when, what's his name? Plaid. The Impaler guy, from over in Europe, one of the countries, Transylvania or some damn place. Where he actually impaled people on a stake. There was a stake, it probably had a sharp end on it, and, set them down on it, and on it, so that the stake would go up in their ass. And then they would be on there and wiggling in pain and agony, and while this stake just went deeper, up, further, up into their rectum and intestines, and just thinking about it gives me shivers. And there are actually somebody that did that. What kind of fucking psychopath would do that? And I don't mean to be, all-inclusive here, but what kind of people would help him do that? I mean, I'm pretty sure that Brad, whatever his name was, Vlad the Impaler, I'm pretty sure he didn't do it all by himself. He was like the king or something, and I'm sure he had like people that actually said, yeah, Blad, whatever your name is, sir, your majesty, sure, we'll go out and take the clothes off of that guy and set him on a stake and impale him, and then actually stand around and watch him suffer the most agonizing death I can imagine. Yeah, we'll help you do that, your majesty. No. I can't even imagine that. There are a lot of things in the world, in history, for example, I can't imagine. But let's not get tangled up in history. Let's keep it, let's just stick with them right now. The current era. Today. In America. It took me 32 minutes to get back to where anyway. All right. Just imagine the Impaler guy. Just imagine that. And people who actually said, yeah, let's do that. Huh. And they think I'm sick for giving the girl a little spanking before I fuck her. All right. I guess it's a matter of degrees. You think the people of Vlad the Impalerville society, kingdom, whatever, would like everybody was like saying, well, that's the normal way of dealing with people is just set them on a stake up their butt. Wow. Just glad I don't live in that society at that time. Oh, yeah, well, let's just come to modern America or modern day society of the world and say, what's going on? Yeah, we have people cutting off people's heads. Really? And we have all these Catholics running around, like burning people at the stake and shit. Just because they said, I'm an atheist. And maybe they didn't say they were an atheist, so the Catholics, being good Catholics and wonderful, obedient servants of God, grab people off streets, particularly pretty girls, like, oh, she's a pretty girl. She's probably an atheist. Let's take her to the dungeon and torture her, tell off her clothes, and torture her, and tweak her titties, and, shock her pussy, and fuck her in the ass until she confesses to be an atheist. And then, after we fuck her a few more times, we'll burn her at the stake. Do you honestly think, now maybe back in the 1400s, which did happen because they did kill, murder, torture, rape witches. Probably because the Pope said, hey, there are witches. They are possessed by the devil. Burn them at the stake or hang them or cut off their heads or whatever. How did it get from impaling people to driving a wooden stake through their heart to keep them from being, vampires any longer? Okay, never mind. Now you think, oh, well, that's just insane. Yeah, that's my point. There are insane people in the world, and I'm thinking a lot of them. That's why I think, a Catholic, believes. Remember the lady I just told you about a while ago, I'm not going to go with the logic thing. I'm going to go with the faith thing. I'm going to choose to be an ignorant, retarded, delusional freak, as opposed to be a rational, logical, intelligent, sane human being. If you think you have a choice there, like, oh yeah, I have a choice. I can be intelligent, or I can be a total fucking retard. I'm gonna go with retard. I don't even think there's a question there. You are a retard. That's just, you'd have to be not very smart to say, oh, I'll believe in a ghost, and I believe in angels, and I believe in the devil that's actually walking on the earth, and if I ever run into him, I could pinch him on the ass, and he would say, I'm the devil. Who the fuck you think you are, pinching me on the ass? And then he would probably stick his forked tongue down your throat and his three-headed dick up your ass, because devils are said to be able to do that. How many devils? Anyway. One devil, period. Anyway, they're crazy people. They believe that stuff. The devil's real. And, there's a God that's invisible and knows everything, but unfortunately chooses to ignore everything he knows. Who is all-knowing and all-kind and all-powerful, but chooses not to, figure out a way to heat his church without taking money from the people. I can do anything except, pay the electric bill or the heating bill for the church. So you're going to have to give us some of your money, people. That one's rather obvious. How come? Why would I even have to explain that to people? You know what I'm saying? Really. I mean, seriously. Why would I even have to explain the stupidity of that thought? All right. Gonna wrap it up here. Got some other things to do here in the office today. Believe it or not, I am an artist. I make art. And so I'm not just a total blabbermouth. I do other things besides record radio shows. Or podcasts, if you prefer. It's a little old-fashioned. I like radio. And I think of this as radio online, which is awesome, I think, and that's my thing. But modern people, I guess we're going to call that a podcast. I don't even know what that means. I should probably look that up somewhere, like on the Internet Dictionary or something. All right? And I didn't even get around. See, my time's up, and I didn't get around. I should probably get more time here, allotments. 3 hours, then I could just talk for as long as I want until I'm done talking. And then no one would listen because I'm not listening to something 3 hours long. That's just crazy. They'd have to listen to it in installments, I guess. All right, so I'm going to go, and I'll try again later to express my thoughts on this rendering opinions and the contradictions and conflicts that arise from people thinking that their opinion is equal to, say, my opinion, or that their opinion is even close to what I say, which is not an opinion, actually. All right, I can do it this way. I can do it real quick. Kind of wrap it up here. I got about 4 minutes. You have an opinion. I have an opinion. Your opinion is not necessarily anything more than an opinion. It's just your opinion. Whereas I might express my opinion like, it is my opinion that cooked spinach is yucky. And that's my opinion. Because it's based on my biases, which is that I am biased against anything that looks, smells, or rather stinks like cooked spinach. I mean, it's yucky. It looks yucky. It's yucky, in my opinion. Because my biases are that I don't want to look at, smell, or eat anything that is slimy. And spinach, when you cook it, is slimy. See, the opinion is it's yucky, but the actual scientific observation brings me to the conclusion, a logical conclusion, that cooked spinach is in fact physically in the condition of, slimy, which is not an opinion word. That is a factual word. You don't believe me? Cook some spinach and then stick your finger in there and swish it around and tell me it's not slimy. I know. I like cooked spinach. Well, then fine. Your opinion is that you like it and that you want to eat it, and you do eat it, and okay. Okay, you like it. That's your opinion. And it may not be yucky to you, because yucky implies that, say, it tastes bad. And you might think cooked spinach tastes good. Yeah, that's an opinion. I can accept that. Maybe you think it tastes good. You just go right ahead and eat it. Just bear in mind, you're not going to eat it in my house, at my kitchen table, in front of me. Because it's going to stink and I'm going to puke. It's going to look slimy and you're going to put it in it's going to look yucky, and I'm going to say, yuck, you're putting that in your mouth, and I'm going to vomit. All right, to be fair, my companion likes an occasional serving of cooked spinach. And I'm not a fucking fascist or anything, and if she wants to eat cooked spinach, fine. I'm going to do my best not to look at it or try, smell it or watch her eat it. Why would I want to watch anyone eat anything? That's just like watching somebody barf. I mean, why would I want to do that? I know there are perverts out there that enjoy watching people take a shit, but I'm not one of them. I mean, to each his own, but I'm not watching someone take a dump. I'm just not. And they're not going to watch me take a dump either, because that's none of your bizwax. All right, wrapping it up. Your opinion, as opposed to my calculated, logical conclusion or critical, analytic observation. And then there's your opinion, which may not qualify even close to qualifying as a valid, calculated. That means I use a formula called logical formula or logical thinking to come to a logical, therefore logical, conclusion. Or render a verdict as opposed to rendering an opinion. Cooked spinach is yucky, in my opinion. Cooked spinach is slimy is a fact. If you like eating slimy, that's fine. And you may not think it's yucky. But the fact of the matter is, it is what it is. All right, gotta go. I'll be back. Enjoy your weekend if you're listening to this on a Friday. All right, catch you later.